So are you looking for a good gift idea for the brass player in your life? Or are you a brass player looking for something that can enhance your performance, but maybe not break the bank? Well, today I'm going over 5 things that I like that are under that $50 mark. Stay tuned. What's going on, guys? Aaron here, helping musicians get better faster through educational videos, performances, and product reviews. And again, today I'm going to go over 5 things that I really like that are under $50. Now, I do videos like this one every single week, so make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell to make sure that you get more videos like this directly to you. Now, it's no secret that playing music is a pretty expensive hobby or profession to be involved in, so it's really nice when some things can be, not entirely really expensive, but can have a huge value on our performance. Now, here are 5 things that I really like that I use almost daily that are going to enhance the life of any brass player. And by the way, if you like any of these items, I've gone ahead and put a link in the description down below. So the first thing I want to talk about, and it comes in at around $30, is the mouthpiece visualizer. Now, the one I have here happens to be with a euphonium or trombone and a trumpet mouthpiece one, and this one, it was about $30, but I've actually seen them cheaper with only one mouthpiece rim. I just use both because I use them in my teaching so often. This is really useful for younger players or anybody with embouchure problems or somebody who just kind of wants to see what's going on. You can see through the mouthpiece and kind of see what your chops are doing as you're playing. I use this a ton in my teaching. Almost every single masterclass I teach, especially middle school students, we use this a lot, but I've also seen a lot of college kids use this, and they'll do a lot of free buzzing with this as well. So highly suggest picking this thing up. It's definitely worth the $30. Now, the next thing I would really suggest snagging is something that I've talked about before. It's the breathing bag. This particular breathing bag is 6 liters. You can also find them in 5 and 4, and they're about $25. Now, I've already done a video talking about it in detail, but the TLDR is I like this thing because I can do a lot of breathing exercises, but also a lot of breathing demonstrations with the breathing bag. It's become a staple in my daily warm-up as well as my teaching. Now, my next item is a little bit more academic, and it's probably a little less fun than a gimmicky gadget, but it's the Brass Bible, the Arbans Complete Method. So this is the Carl Fischer trumpet, B-flat, treble clef version. You can snag this on Amazon, I think, for about $37. This is the book. This is the one that we use. If there's something that you need help with, or there's something that you need practice, or there's something that you need supplemental materials in, this book has it. Now, if you're comfortable with B-flat treble clef, I highly suggest this version. It's a favorite of mine. It kind of seems to be the standard go-to version. However, if you're not, or you're a bass clef reader, or you're tuba, or something like that, Encore Music Publisher also has another version, but I'll warn you, it is, I believe, over that $50 mark, at least at the recording of this video. Now, the next thing I want to go to is this little guy right here, the p.e.t.e by Warburtons Music Products. Now, even though it's probably the smallest product, it is our most expensive, and I've already done a video review of this, so if you haven't yet heard about the p.e.t.e or know anything about it, I highly suggest checking out that video as well. Now, essentially what the p.e.t.e does is it helps you build your chops in the same way that like lip slurs and long tones do. And really what I found it to help me with is maintaining my embouchure and maintaining my endurance in periods of time where I don't get the opportunity to practice that much. Right now we're coming up on the holiday season, so I know I'm not going to be on the horn quite as much as I normally would like to, but I still have a lot of playing I have to do. So this just kind of helps me keep in shape. This will go in my bag whenever I do any of my traveling. And it'll just keep me in shape and keep me ready for any playing that I have to do when I come back from my break. Now, you can get this on Warburton's website, and a lot of times they have sales, so you can get it a little bit cheaper. But right now, it costs about $45, and I'm actually going to give you an Amazon link for it just in case you have Prime, save a little bit of money on shipping. And the last thing that I'm going to bring up, and it might be kind of the weirdest thing on this list, and it's not necessarily something that's going to help your performance, but it is going to protect other assets of your life, and that is a spittoon. And if you don't know what a spittoon is, it's this weird thing where if you watch these old cowboy movies and you hear them spit and then you hear this ding, that thing that they're spitting into and that you get that ding is actually a brass spittoon. And I actually use a copper spittoon as well as a rug underneath where I practice at home on a daily basis. So one, I don't ruin the carpet that I'm playing on a regular basis. I don't have to go to a sink in order to oil my valves. All that stuff is protected and I can just let it drop underneath me. Now a copper one like the one I have is around, you know, $50 to $60 depending on where you get it, and you can also find them in antique shops a lot of the time. But the one I've linked is a plastic travel spittoon that you can use. It's probably a little bit smaller, but it does the trick and it will still catch your spit and everything works out. Speaking of tricks, a little side trick with this, make sure you rinse it out like at least once a month, otherwise just things grow in there and it's nasty. Just clean it. But yeah, so those are 5 things that I think are going to be really helpful for any brass player. And now that brings me to my question of the day. What are some products underneath $50 that you really like that I didn't mention in this video? I tried to keep this really broad and make sure that it worked for all brass players, but if you have something specific for your instrument that's underneath that $50 mark, go ahead and leave that in the comments down below as well. If you like this video, please make sure to hit that like button, and if you would, again, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell to get more videos like this directly to you. But with that, again, my name's Aaron, reminding you to be happy, but never satisfied. I'll see you next time.